Hello boys and girls, moms and dads, welcome to HeroesMart Academy. Thank you for joining me today. This is week number 10 of Grade 5 Social Studies, and today starts the second section of the curriculum actually. We are going to be starting to talk about government, citizenship, civics, and culture. So week number 10 specifically is going to be about governments in colonial America. To understand how colonial America was governed. So in this section we are going to study the organizational governments in the early days of America, and it's important to understand that the early days of America, which we call colonial America, was actually made of 13 colonies, original colonies that migrated from England to the east coast of the United States. And these colonies include states that we know of them right now, like New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Those were the original colonies that the Pilgrims and the Puritan fathers actually came from England, and then they landed in the United States. Now all these colonies were still being supervised by the British government though. So even though people came and they traveled across the Atlantic thousands of miles away from England, the King of England still appointed governors to supervise them. So what happened is they're going to send somebody to go ahead and just make sure those colonies, those 13 colonies that we talked about, are being run to report back to the King of England. But then in addition to the governor that was appointed by the King of England, there is going to be a representative government. And those original colonies, they're going to have a charter with the King of England or the Parliament. The charter ensures direct rule by the king, and males who had property in America were elected in the colonies, called the legislature. The legislature controlled the salary of the governor and used this influence to control the governor. Some examples of the representative government in colonial America included things like the Virginia House of Burgesses, or Borges. This was the first colonial legislature established in 1619. And then there was the Mayflower Compact. The Pilgrims on the Mayflower ship were headed for Virginia in 1620. However, they lost their way and found themselves in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Since Plymouth was not within the boundary of Virginia, they could not utilize Virginia's charter to govern themselves. So they drafted another charter known as the Mayflower Compact to govern themselves. And this was the charter that was established in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Alright. So did you get something from that? So please go ahead and try to review all those things again. Moms and dad, you can help the child to internalize what we talked about today a little bit better. Well, let's go ahead and try to do some homework right now. So ask your dad or your mom to show you the 13 original colonies on the map of the United States. So what you're going to do here is you're just going to type it into Google search or any other search that you use, original colonies in Google search, and then you can switch over to the images section, or you just click on the map of the United States. Start looking for these states over here. Look for New Hampshire, look for Massachusetts. Those are the states along the east coast of the United States of America. That's where the 13 colonies were. Then in your own words, describe the government style of colonial America. You can use the space below to jot down your points, and then on a separate sheet of paper, go ahead and write your article. Well, that's what I got for you today, boys and girls. Thank you for joining me. Remember, God cares about you, and so do we. Bye-bye.
I'll be your hero's buddy, and as you study with HeroesMart, I will be your friend. So don't you